What's up YouTube? Today I want to talk about track days. Track day is an organized event for you to drive your own vehicle around motor racing circuits. If you ever watched a motor race and wonder what it's like to be in the driver's seat, this one is for you. Unlike motor racing, you don't need to worry about your lap time. You can go at a pace that is comfortable to you. Well, at least in the novice group. For more seasoned drivers that want to push themselves and their vehicles to full potential, track day provides a relatively safe environment to do so. In this video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step guide on how to participate in your first track day, so you could enjoy it safely and confidently. You really only need 3 things to participate in a track day. 1. You need to register for an event. Secondly, you need a mechanically sound vehicle. And third, you need some safety gears. Let me walk you through the list one by one. Let's start with registration. Obviously, you need to register for an event in order to participate. I usually start with motorsportrack.com. It's a great place to find events around you. As an example, let's search for an open track event at Laguna Seca. Here you'll find a list of track day events at Laguna Seca. You may notice that in the event description, there is different sound limit. So these are the sound limit for the vehicles. Supposedly, if you have a loud vehicle, you would want to look for an event that has a higher sound limit so that you don't get pulled off the track due to noise issues. In the events page, you usually find more detailed information about this event. But in this particular case, they only left a website. So let's go take a look. On their website, you can find that there are several events. Let's take a look at the Laguna Seca track day on May 30th. Here in the events page, you'll find more information about this particular track day. You may notice that on the run group, they have a few different options. So the run groups are usually separated based on experience level. Different organizers may have different rules regarding how they create the groups, but usually, if you have 0 prior experience, you should register for the novice group. Most organizers does not allow passing for novice groups. This particular organizer does allow passing in novice groups, but it's in straights only, and it also requires a point buy. So what is a point buy? A point buy is a signal given by the driver in the vehicle being passed, letting the vehicle behind them know that they're ready to be passed. A typical way of giving a point buy signal is for the driver to point his arm straight out of the driver's side window. This way, both drivers know that the other party is ready for the passing, so it can take place safely. With that, let's go ahead and register for this event. After registration, you should receive an email with more information regarding the event, like contact info of the organizer, schedule of the day, forms and waivers that you need to review and sign beforehand, safety requirements regarding the vehicle and for the driver, and so on. At the end of this email, they also attached a detailed schedule of the day, showing the time for registration, driver's meeting, and also the schedule for the different run groups. This organizer also included an overview of the meaning of the different flags. They would also go over this information in the driver's meeting, but it's always better to come prepared. With that, let's move on to the safety requirement of the vehicle. Like I mentioned earlier, you need a mechanically sound vehicle to participate in an event. Things to check includes check engine light, the various fluids, wear and tear items including the bushings, belts, brake disc and brake pads, and of course the tires. If you're not comfortable doing these inspections yourself, you should consider having a shop do it for you professionally. Aside from the inspection items, you should also make sure that you have a tow hook that can be attached to the vehicle. Most organizers would require that before you can go onto the track. Last but not least, you need to attach a car number to both sides of your vehicle. This is to allow you to be easily identified while on the track. If you plan on driving a convertible onto the track, different organizers may have different requirements regarding rollover protection. It's best to check with the organizer beforehand to make sure you're meeting all the requirements. Alright, vehicle is checked. Now, let's move on to safety gear for the driver. At a bare minimum, most organizers would require a SA-rated helmet and fire-resistant gloves. Fire-resistant racing suits are highly recommended but not required. For shoes, you can definitely go with racing shoes, but in general, anything that is comfortable and has a flat bottom would do. Alright, we just went through the bare minimum needed to participate in a track day. Of course, there are other things that you could bring that would make your track day more comfortable or prepare you for the unexpected. Let me walk you through what I usually bring to a track day. Starting with the tools. A torque wrench to tighten the wheel lug properly. Gloves to work on the vehicle. When it comes to repairs, the more typical point of failures are the vacuum hoses and coolant hoses. So I usually bring duct tape, zip tie, and hose clamps, and basic tools like screwdriver and pliers. I usually wouldn't do repairs beyond that at the track, so that's all the tools I'd bring. If there's a known vulnerability with your vehicle, feel free to bring the appropriate tools as needed. I would also bring a pressure gauge and a portable pump to adjust tire pressure on the fly. And of course, paper towel and Windex, as you never know what's going to show up on the windshield. Last but not least, bring water and snack, as you'll be out there for a whole day. To make it easy to move things around and keep things organized at the track, I use a waterproof container to store everything. There's a lot of people that bring tents and chairs, but since I usually go by myself, I just stick to the car seat. If you plan on doing any video or data recording, make sure you bring the appropriate equipment as well. Aside from all the physical items, one of the best ways to prep yourself is to learn the track. You can do this by watching track guide videos on YouTube, or if you have a sim racing setup, they could be extremely useful in learning a track. A good setup could even give you some insight into the behavior of the vehicle near the limit, so you could be even more confident while on the track. Alright, so much for the preparation. Let's take a look at what actually happens during a track day. In the morning, get up early if needed. You need to get to the track on time. There is usually gasoline available at the track, but at a premium, so consider filling up your car before you get there. Show up on time. Attend the driver's meeting. Sign in and get your wristband or sticker. Before you hit the track, do a last walk around of your vehicle. Make sure your wheel lugs are tight. Adjust your starting tire pressure to be 2 to 4 psi lower than the recommended value. Make sure you have the number sticker. Attach the tow hook and remove your plate. During warm-up lap, try to get a feel of the track condition. Try the racing line. Identify the location of the marshals. When it's go time, go at a comfortable pace. Remember, this is not a race and you have nothing to win. Focus on the line and keep the vehicle under control. Brake earlier and carry less speed into turns. Slowly build up your confidence. When you're driving, don't fixate on the road ahead of you. Look in your mirrors for approaching vehicles. Let them pass by. Don't wait until the marshals give you a blue flag. Other than that, enjoy driving and have fun. When it's time to wrap up, do an easy lap to let the vehicle cool down. After getting back to your spot, let the vehicle run for a bit longer to dissipate heat. Do not apply parking brake, as the pads may fuse to the disc. Check tire pressure again and adjust accordingly. When tires are hot, they should be at or below the recommended value. During the downtime, walk around, check out other vehicles, and talk to other drivers. When it's time to leave, grab your photos, pump the tires back up, and clean up all your trash. Alright, I hope that gives you a good overview of how to participate in your first track day and what to expect. I hope you find this video helpful. Feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, now will be a good time to do so. I'll be posting more content on vehicle and motorsports. And that brings us to the end of this video. Drive safe and have fun on the track.